Hello, I'm Dr. Mia from GI Center. This video of mine will be a very short video explaining how insurance companies, United Healthcare, Blue Cross Blue Shield specifically, which is a large insurance company, and other insurance companies keep on contributing to the increase of the cost of care in medical market, and also how they're driving the small groups and small doctors like me out of the market. I'm going to discuss about only one facet of that. For example, we do most of our procedure in our own ambulatory surgical center, also known as ASC, where outpatients, patients, the good risk patients or the patients who are not that ill, they have their procedure done in a very efficient manner and with great satisfaction, and then they go home. Having this kind of arrangement has made the medical care or the surgical care a lot cheaper than compared to the same care that could be given in the hospital setting, because the hospitals have higher overhead cost because of their big structure. But what Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, and other insurance companies, CIGNA, what they do, they pay us much less for the same or even better standard of care than the hospital. On top of that, they pay much higher payment to the big group, especially the equity funded ASCs. That's why all the ASCs, ambulatory surgical centers, are being now sold by the physicians to these big groups, because as a small physician, as a small center, it is very hard to survive. So they are either selling this out to the Wall Street funded companies, or to equity funded companies with deep pocket, or to the hospitals. And then once this is done, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, CIGNA, these companies are willing to pay them much higher prices with the same physicians and in the same center performing the same procedure, as opposed to a small physician in a small endoscopy center like us. So it is doing the following dynamics. Number one, it is increasing the cost of the care. Therefore, the patients are paying a lot higher. That's number one. Number two is driving small doctors or small groups or solo practitioners from out of the market. The net result being much higher cost of medicine. And these are done by the insurance companies in the name that they're saving care or they're reducing the cost. Actually, they are the one who is contributing to increase the cost of medicine. Because in the same center, today my same center, if it is bought over by a hospital or by an equity funded company or by a Wall Street funded company, they are willing to pay the double the amount. However, because the center is owned by me and my partner, they are barely going to pay it above Medicare level. And also, one more thing, these are very untransparent or very non-transparent to the patients. For example, if today we sell our center to a Wall Street company or to an equity funded company or to a hospital, the name will be the same. I will be the same doctor, my partner will be the same doctor, and the same procedures will be done, but insurance companies are willing to pay them much higher, and patients' co-payment according to the new contract will also go much higher. Recently, we had an event in Pearland. In one of the surgery centers, we used to do procedure. That surgery center has been taken over by a hospital-owned company. As soon as it was taken over by the hospital-owned company, our patients' co-payment skyrocketed, and we got a lot of complaint because patients doesn't think that we are responsible for it, but we are not responsible for it, because this same surgery center with the same physicians, same nurses have been sold to a hospital affiliated company. The insurances are willing to pay them much higher. Therefore, say is a patient, if you have a 10% co-payment or 20% co-payment, your co-payment went up accordingly. For example, 10% of $100 will be $10, but 10% of $200 or $500 will be 2 times or 5 times higher. And even patients do not understand these things because these are very complex. So these are very non-transparent transactions. However, my point is by having this sort of policy, by not paying us enough, insurance companies are driving us out of the market, the solo practitioners or small group like us, and they're compelling us to marry Wall Street funded companies or equity funded companies or hospital funded companies, and then they're willing to pay us much higher. This is completely counterintuitive, and actually it is a business malpractice. But this is continuing for decades and decades, and it is going on in steroid. I'm afraid that with Trump administration coming to power, with deregulation, this will accelerate even more, and healthcare could be a lot more expensive unless the common citizens and the doctors wake up. Have a good day.